Hey everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be part of the Traci Reed YouTube hop where several of the creative team members have done a video using her new collection called Wildflower. It is my favorite color scheme with all the blues and the yellows and the greens. I am using this to, of course, document my daughter, who is definitely a nature girl, kind of my wild child, and I document her pages in 8.5 by 11. So she had a fun sprinkler day just a couple weeks ago, or last week, I don't know, but recently when it was warm, and I just got some really great photos of her happy as can be, and you can see in that close-up photo she is just filled with joy. So I knew that this beautiful collection was going to be perfect with all of these photos. As you can see, I have an 8.5 by 11 on the left with lots of layers and different pattern paper. I've also distressed all of them. And the right hand side has an 8.5 by 11 page protector, size 2.5 by 3.5 inches. So on the right hand side, I have a little strip of some more photos, and I kind of trimmed it down. That way it was a different size than the plaid paper over on the far left. I didn't want it to seem the same. I wanted one to be the pattern paper and one to be the photo strip. So I trimmed it a little smaller, and I also took the photos and the journaling card and kind of just tilted them and made it a little wonky. I also cut out with my Cameo the Soar title. Traci also included some amazing cut files for this kit, and I just layered two of them together for a title. And Traci always does these amazing sticker sheets. I think there's 3 in the collection when she puts them together. And so I just have the most fun layering in all the different die cuts. And I took some of the flower digital stamps and clipped in different solid papers. And that's what you see on my layout right now. And I'm going to use those as kind of the foundation of my page, or the clusters that I'm going to make with the flowers. And I also have some leaves that I cut out with the Cameo and clipped a pattern paper to it. So lots of fun playing with all the different bits and pieces of Traci's collection. I now have the adhesive all over the Soar die cut, and I can put that above my daughter's photo, and I'll have a small cluster up there, and I have one of the gray flowers up there. And I know that I will build a really large cluster in the bottom left corner of my daughter's photo, and also one in the bottom right of her photo, but that one will be a little bit smaller. I took a large label, as you can see, I just put it down. I'm using that as the base of my cluster, and I have a leaf that I cut out, and I'll put that in as well. On top of the label, I will put another flower that I dug cut that was it's going to be a yellow flower, and I will put that on top, and the final layer will be a yellow flower. So that one is a big cluster, and like I said earlier, it's just so fun to layer all these pieces on, especially with these really happy photos of my daughter playing in the sprinklers, because who knows how much longer the sprinklers are going to make her so happy. So I just love capturing these little moments of my daughter just running free and being so happy in the sprinklers. With the leaves that I cut out with my Cameo, I gave myself 3 different choices, or I made 3 different types of leaves, and so I have lots of different variety to tuck in behind the flowers, and I'm adding in some butterflies. I did do 2 layered pieces on that top right photo, and I have a card or a pattern paper that I shrunk down in the bottom middle pocket, and I put a little word strip that says today's highlights and a little cluster. So in the top left, I thought it would be fun to do a see-through cluster. So I have another one of those large yellow leaves. In the center, I put Seek Joy. And now I'm just going to kind of build it and bring it to life. So I have this leftover piece of yellow that's going to go on the edge. There's this yellow flower as the main big part of the cluster, then the Seek Joy and a blue flower as well. I love making these little see-through pieces, and all I use is leftover scraps of laminated paper. So my daughter has me laminate lots of stuff, and so when I have leftover pieces, I just save them. And now that I have the cluster all finished, I will trim off any of the extra plastic that is showing through. I'll leave it on top for now so I can get some photos. My last step is going to be journaling the little story of how it was the first really warm day in March, and my daughter was thrilled to go in the sprinklers. And so I just talk about her loving nature, the simple things, and how being outside really just makes her the happiest. And I just enjoyed listening to her Pokemon stories as she ran through the sprinklers. So that is the last little portion of my layout. I'm going to bring it back together so you can see, but I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this page come together. I would love a thumbs up or subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope that you have a great day, and check out the other videos in the YouTube Hop for Traci Reed. All right, bye.